doubt his pedigree.
He is brilliant, he is warm, hardworking.
Forthright, committed, gentleman who knows what to do.
He's as polite and as forthcoming as ever.
There's nowhere you put it to me that he will not accept.
Very few will understand his passion for service.
He touched lives.
Very, very passionate about his job, his environment, and his people.
TIMI is the driving force who pushes.
Indeed, very few will understand the impact this man is capable of making.
He's one of the best brains that we have in Nigeria.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, TIMI ALAIBE.
50, usually referred to as the golden age, is a time for most people to pause, look back, and take stock of their lives. For others, it is simply a time to roll out the drums and celebrate. However, for Ndutimi Emmanuel Madu ALAIBE, the newest entrant into the prestigious club of the over 50s, it is a time to thank the Almighty God, review his accomplishments, and set new targets as future challenges. The story of Ndutimi ALAIBE in the last 50 years has been one of hard work, dedication, and commitment not only to self-improvement, but to the improvement of the lives of many people who encountered him. Never afraid to take up challenges, Timi's determination and desire for excellence was recognized from childhood when his mother nicknamed him Pelekbo Koroa, and at other times as Ten Boswora, two his own words, which simply means the invisible one and the indomitable one, respectively. Born in Warri on the 10th of June 1962 to the family of late Pa Emmanuel Madu ALAIBE, Timi, as is fondly called by friends and foes, hails from Igbenware village in Opokuma, Bayelsa State. The third of 5 children, his childhood was spent variously at Warri, Port Harcourt, and Lagos. Born without the proverbial silver spoon, his childhood was both difficult and interesting. His primary education was at Christ the King School, Oromenike, Port Harcourt. Upon completion of his primary education, he returned to his village of Igbenware, where he bathed in the local streams and went fishing with crude hooks. Often, he will cross the local river with wooden boats, not just to accompany his parents to the farm, but to attend Government Secondary School, Kayama, where he finished in 1979 with flying colors. Academically, he was an exceptional student who was outstanding in both English language and mathematics.
He never allowed his not too privileged background be an obstacle. And that is worthy of emulation. More like, I'm going to do this. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do this. And he always, whatever he was doing or set out to do, he threw his all. He's somebody who likes to work. You know, if you took it back to even while some of us were still trying to settle out of school and all that, he ran into family life. And from day one, he was always there and not scared of, oh, I'm too young to do this, I don't have the family background to support me. He went into it, and I'm sure today he's reaping big time in the sense that he's already a grandfather at 50.
Everything he set out his mind to do, you know, he's pursued it to the logical conclusion.
His quest for higher education became the driving force for his admission into the Rivers State University of Science and Technology, where he graduated as an accountant. An accomplished banker and a voracious reader, Timi constantly craves for more knowledge to add to his reservoir of wisdom. He later attended the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, where he obtained a master's degree in business administration. And from that point on, his story was one of steady rise from grass to grace. He commenced his career at Pete Marwick Ani Ogunde & Co., now KPMG, where he served as trainee accountant. In 1986, he joined African Continental Bank before joining All States Trust Bank in 1991. A year later, he served as vice president of Cosmopolitan Bankshares, a top-tier finance and investment company. In 1994, TIMI joined Societe Generale Bank, and he later became change champion of the bank's repositioning project in 1996. It was from 2001 that TIMI's managerial and leadership capabilities became public knowledge. It was the year he was appointed executive director in charge of finance and administration at the newly created Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. He conceived and nurtured the administrative framework of the commission, which heralded an appropriate governance structure for the takeoff and subsequent management of the commission. This was in spite of the charged-up socio-political atmosphere when the mandate of the commission faced a dire prospect of being overwhelmed by political exigencies and social pressures. Evidently, TIMI was undoubtedly instrumental to the establishment of a prudent financial regime for the NDDC that ensured the equitable management of available resources. Along with his colleagues, he set in motion a coordinated response mechanism to the short and long-term challenges of the Niger Delta. These included the Integrated Regional Development Master Plan, Interim Action Plan for key projects in the states, as well as skill acquisition programs, non-violence training, education, reorientation, and empowerment of youths. More than once, TIMI was appointed acting managing director of the NDDC. However, in April 2007, he was appointed managing director, a position which he held till April 2009 when his tenure expired. As part of attempts to deal with the problem of youth militancy in the Niger Delta, the late President Umaru Yar'Adua appointed TIMI Honorary Special Advisor on Niger Delta Affairs and head of the federal government negotiating team on the disarmament process of the Presidential Amnesty Program. In this position, he became the rallying point in the disarmament of the militants who had held the Niger Delta region hostage for years. He toured the creeks and engaged the militants, assuring them of government's sincerity. He was remarkably successful by ensuring that the once volatile region witnessed the much desired peace. He was consequently appointed Special Advisor to the President on Niger Delta Affairs and Chief Executive Officer of the Presidential Amnesty Program in October 2009. He was largely instrumental to the successful disarmament, the mobilization, reintegration of 20,192 ex-militants who accepted the federal government's offer of amnesty.
He has become a role model for what youths can achieve. Instead of being destructive, they can be constructive, and the life of TIMI is almost like a book that they can read and learn from.
TIMI ALAIBE, a seasoned accountant, politician and technocrat, is a man of peace and a catalyst for change. He has been called a friend of the oppressed whose word is his bond, a symbol of hope and inspiration for the indigent yet hopeful Niger Delta people. With his firm approach to conflict resolution and dedication to the service of his people, TIMI ALAIBE, a household name, is now a rallying point in the politics of good governance in Bayelsa State, the Niger Delta, and indeed the entire country. This much has been admitted by his many admirers from all walks of life. Even those who disagree with TIMI's politics and management style cannot but openly acknowledge his sincere desire to right the wrongs of the past and bring peace and development to the Niger Delta, where the bulk of the nation's resources are derived.
I know he's a champion of the Niger Delta development.
In recognition of his numerous contributions to humanity and society, TIMI has been honored with countless academic, social, and philanthropic awards.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, TIMI ALAIBE.
He is a man who applies himself, and he's been quite a motivating force and a rallying point for all Bayelsans and people of the Niger Delta.
Of all politicians in the state, ALAIBE is one man who, when the situation gets to that level of deciding between self and the state, he has always succumbed in the wider overall interest of the United.
He looks into the future. He has vision. He has initiative. And he innovates. He is anxious to create new things. He has qualities that place him to achieve. It's a real gift to his people and to the whole country.
A devoted family man, TIMI married his childhood sweetheart and friend, ALAIBE, whom the cold hands of death snatched away in 2009.
At some point in my life, he gave me a friend who, though not there today, but that was able to propel me to quite a lot of things that I achieved in life.
Would you describe her exit as the lowest point you can think of in the last 50 years?
At those down times, I nearly questioned the existence of God. But then I also now reestablished, my faith in the Almighty God. That He alone determines what we do in life, and He alone can give and take.
ALAIBE was a dependable ally, and they both supported themselves in their different callings. When ALAIBE set up a charity organization, the Family Reorientation, Education and Empowerment Program, FREE, to help provide free healthcare to her people, TIMI supported her immensely. She was soon recognized internationally when one of the United Nations agencies, the United Nations Children's Education Fund, UNICEF, awarded her the Confucius Prize for Literacy. At the presentation ceremony in faraway Bamako, Mali in 2007, she dedicated the award to TIMI.
I also dedicate this award to my husband, Jimmy, who has been a strong pillar of support and has given me all the opportunity to do what my soul compels me to do, to serve my people.
Those who did not have opportunities, she gave them opportunity. Those who could not get health care, she assisted them with health care. Those who were not educated, she tried to create an opportunity for education. We can only learn that if we touch people, if we can go out of our way and be like her and do those things that are good, then we can expect that humanity will be better for it.
Already a grandfather, TIMI is blessed with 5 children. Mrs. Ebimobere Elezianya, Ebitimi, Ebie, Ebitare, and Ebikeni, the baby of the house, who's also known as Sunshine.
My children are my best friends. I don't know if they consider themselves my children, because we are pals. We have a bonding that is indivisible, is tight, is tight knitted. I find time every month to be with them. They all school abroad, so I find time every month to be with them, to check their activities in school and how they progress in life. We don't have any secrets. They confide in me everything, including their boyfriends and girlfriends. So we are that close.
In spite of the many challenges of life, TIMI remains grateful